as the commissioner and has undergone a significant reform of the agency and how it serves the public, both possible regulatory actions, two of which that we're tracking quite closely, and a number of changes in processes, which sounds very dry and mundane, but immensely important for how people can access their benefits. On the regulation side, we're put two on y'all's radars, some of which, one of which you probably are familiar more. One change is related to the SSI program, or Supplemental Security Income, and what they consider income for SSI eligibility and benefit amount. One's a very tiny change that would reverse a Biden-era rule that would not penalize SSI recipients who happen to live in a household who also receives SNAP. Under current regulations, if a SSI recipient happens to live with a person who receives TANF or other basic income assistance programs, their law that costs and that you share with each other are not counted against your incomes. And that included SNAP as well, because if you are receiving SSI or if you're receiving SNAP, and since they are based, or for SNAP is based in household, you can surmise that the entire household needs that assistance. So one change that they're considering is removing that, which would take away SSI benefits or reduce SSI benefits for I think over 400,000 SSI recipients. The second change would have been a fundamental redesign of the disability program in how the Social Security Administration considers somebody as disabled under the Social Security Act. It has a also technical, mundane term, but a lot of folks kind of consider it mega reg, which would replace some. I'll not bore with the technical details, but would have resulted in the largest cut to disability benefits in its history. Now, thanks to many of you all here in this room of putting attention on this, seemingly technical change, got it to the point where we had meetings in the White House Chief of Staff's office of saying they need to shelve this regulation. So we have, received information that the White House and the Social Security Administration is not pursuing that regulation, which is a huge win on that front. I only raised these two options that, although they both seem to be on pause, they are still listed in the unified regulatory agenda that the OMB puts out each quarter. So we're keeping an eye on it until it's formally withdrawn. The second piece is on customer service. There's been, I would say, significant changes, or rapid, infrequent, seemingly arbitrary changes to how Social Security serves the public. Some of us with the national 1-800 number, in how people, for a good majority of folks, their only avenue of accessing Social Security. There have been the deployment of the new AI chatbot, which, if you've read some of the reporting, can subject people to what's called a death loop, where you are asking one question, you're given a different answer, and you're never able to get to a real life person. The second piece is how we in Congress and the public track how Social Security is doing its job. Are they processing claims timely? Are they quickly responding to customers' questions? Where are the choke points, and where are we doing well? And under the Biden administration, they had put out, I would say, over 24 metrics of, from call wait times to benefit processing times to field office performances, all of that has been taken down and only put up a handful of metrics. And you'll see, if you ever hear the commissioner talk, you'll say, we have the average speed of answers down to single digits in minutes. But even in that sense, they're ignoring a big chunk of the customer experience. I don't know if anybody here has called the National 800 number recently, but the wait time is definitely not 6 minutes, or even, I would say, under 30 minutes in some cases. So what we're hearing is kind of almost, not to use a cliche, but a real life gaslighting moment where Social Security is telling the American public that happy days are here again, and Americans have never experienced better customer service. But as we hear every day from advocates like yourselves, or constituents who call into the office, that is not the case. That people are still struggling to get access to their benefits that they have paid into, that they have earned, and that is something that we're tracking closely.
Thanks so much, Sam.